Good morning, this is the ExactTrades.com Shakers Report for September 6, 2011. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. Looking to get back into the markets here. You see we had that 2-day sell-off at the end of last week, holding this downward trend line. And first support we're going to be looking to test is going to be just over this 117. So about 1715 to 117. Watch that first. If we fail that, probably going to come down to this 116 area. We've tested it a couple times here. It's also been overhead resistance right there. So 116 could be a good number, especially since we have this trend line coming off of these bottoms. So I'm looking for really a bounce off that 116, and I would wait for it to break this overhead resistance line, trend line here, before really starting to take a lot of longs. I'm going to stay mostly to the short side down to this 116. Now if we get a weak bounce off of this 116, maybe it only comes up to 116.50 or 116.40 area, comes back down and breaks that 116, we could be headed down towards 115, possibly 114. I'm not sure if we're going to get that today, but I do see lower prices ahead of us if we break through that support level. So just watch for that. Also watch for stocks that are holding up against the market downturn, particularly the gold and the energy stocks. They seem to be showing some strength against the downturn. Those could be good candidates for breakouts for the long side if we get a bounce off that 116. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's trades. First we have GG, looking for this on the long side. Had a couple nice days up against the market. You see the money going into the gold stocks here. I'm really going to want to take this long over 55.54. So right about there, take it long. Let's take a little closer look here at the price. Again, we're looking at the daily chart here. First profit target's going to be at 56. I know that this is a little bit less than 1%, but I think we're going to find some resistance at 56 first. Now watch it at this 56.24. You might want to take a small piece off there as we hit that 52-week high resistance. Now one thing you could do is take a quarter instead of a half off at 56. Take another quarter off at 56.20 and then see if you can push through that new 52-week high. Next target's going to be about 57. So we're going to see if we can push up into 57 area with the rest of it. And I would just trail a stop at that point. Should stay pretty strong if we get a breakout on the 52-week high. Next we have MAKO. You can see here the 3 past sessions we've had this high test of this resistance level. We're going to look for a breakout over this high here. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. So there it is here. You see that 3 test. Looking for a breakout over this. Going to take it long over 37.82. So right there, going to take it long. First profit target's going to be at 38.15. It's right about there. Second profit target's going to be at 38.50. And then I would keep a piece to see if it can push into 39 on my last small piece of that trade. Next we have NGD. You can see here pretty good range, tight consolidation near the highs, held up against the selling in the market. Going to look for a breakout over this resistance level. Going to look to take this long over 13.83. So right about there, take it long. First profit target's going to be 13.97. So just under 14. Now watch it at 14, could test and fail 14, and then you just stop out. If we push through 14, you're going to want to take some more profit around 14.10, so right about there. And then I would trail a stop to see if you can come up possibly into 14.30, maybe 14.50 at the extreme. And our last long is SO. See the resistance level here, tested it a few times. I'm going to disregard this pre-market pop here on light volume. It's still pretty high up into this resistance level here of that high, so there's still money to be made before we test that, and I don't think it's going to show much resistance at that level. We're going to want to take this long over 41.45, so right there. First profit target's going to be 41.86, right about there. Again, watch it here at this 41.65. Should push through it if we get a breakout with good volume. Next profit target's going to be 42.27, right there. And then I would leave a piece to see if you can push up into this 3 area. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our short trade setups for today. First we have AFL. You can see the support level here at about 34.33. We're going to want to take this short under 34.27. So right about there, take it short. First profit target's going to be at 34. Again, it's going to be a little bit less than 1%, but I'm going to be fine with that. I'm going to look for whole dollar support at 34. See if it can break below 34. Next profit target is going to be 33.67, so right about there. And then I would trail a stop on the last piece and see if we can come down and test this 33 right here. And next we have ARO. You can see the support level is actually around 1033 from 8/19 back here on August 19th. We also have this low here from the previous day's session, but I'm really going to want to make sure we break below this level here. Going to want to take the short under 1027, so right about there. First profit target's going to be at 1017. Next profit target's going to be at 1007. So that's your 2% mark from your average entry. Now watch it at 10. Should give a bounce off of 10. Now if it corresponds with a break of resistance on the market, you could possibly take a long here off of 10. Just depends on how the day's kind of panning out. I do think that you could get probably 2% to 3% on a long off of 10, but I would be pretty cautious. If you want to stay more on the conservative side, I would just pass on that long. 10 usually is good support level, and this is borderline between having enough money up in this resistance level. You're going to have some resistance here at about 1033. And next we have MET selling off down to the support levels. We're going to look for a break below these lows. Going to look for all those longs to start getting out of their trades, selling off below 30. We're going to want to take this short under 29.95, so I'm going to wait for a break of that whole dollar support level. So right there, take it short. First profit target's going to be 29.65, so right there. Second profit target is going to be at 29.35, and then I would leave a piece to see if you can come down and test 29. Trail a stop on that last small piece. Keep your eye on the market as well. If we get a break or a bounce in the market, could be a good area for you to tighten up your stop on this. Now we're looking at SAPE. Support's at 977. You also have some support here at 970. Could get some accelerated selling if we break this first support and come in and test this 977. We're going to want to take this short below 972, so I want to make sure it's a good break of that support level. First profit target's going to be 963, so right there. Second profit target's going to be 954, right there. And then I would leave a small piece to see if you can test 950, possibly 940 down in that area. I won't be looking to take this on the long side most likely. Now since we've had a really good setup for more possible short trades, I have a couple more shorts today, so we're going to have 10 stocks on today's report, 6 to the short side and 4 to the long side. The last two we have here, first one is UPL. You can see the support level here at 31.50. Going to want to take this short under 31.43, so right about there, take it short. First profit target's going to be at 31.12, right there. Watch it at 31, could show some support at 31. We're going to wait for it to break below 31 and take a little bit more profit at 30.81, so right about there. And then I would leave a small piece, see if it can come down into 30. I would just trail a stop on that. Maybe a 1% stop would work fine. See if you can get down into these, low 30s, down into 30 as support. Won't be looking for a long on this either off of 30. Last trade here is VECO, VECO. See the support level here right around 32.63. Dip below it briefly in the aftermarket, but I think I'm going to go ahead and still look for a break below this original support level here. Not going to wait for this level here at 32.20 area, 32.18. So we're going to look to take this short under 32.47. So right about there, take it short. Let's take a look here a little closer. First profit target's going to be 32.15, right there. Second profit target's going to be 31.84. And then I would leave a small piece to come down and test this 31.50. Again, as with the other couple previous shorts we talked about, not going to be really looking to take these for any kind of bounce or reversal on the long side. That's the trades for today. Good luck. Have fun. Remember to use a stop and stay focused. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.